Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Veteran Influencers Podcast. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Usually in the beginning of the stream, what we always do is we like to go over some of the key things that actually happen or key things that we hit or goals, and then just kind of some future events. So if I'm talking fast, I apologize. You can always replay it, but you know, we're a little short on time. So first things first is our iTunes, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. We are over 115 downloads right now, so that is definitely a huge thing for us. We know we're continuing to build a platform, and also the almost every one of our interviews has hit over 1,000 views, and we actually have an interview that hit over 4,000. So we're at about 4,500 right now. So that's definitely huge for the platform. A couple things for in the future that I want to talk about real quick. We have shirt designs coming out called Operation Give Back, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a huge portion of all the proceeds that we get from the shirts, and it's going to be going toward a specific veteran. It's going to be a 30-day challenge where we're trying to sell as many shirts as we can and try to give as much money as we can to that individual veteran. And there's definitely something special for this one, so make sure you stay tuned. Hopefully, I'll actually receive mine in the mail by Monday, and I should be wearing it by next episode's or next week's podcast, and also next week's episode of Ask a Vet. Veteran Influencers merch. As you see, I got the white hoodie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I see it.
White hoodie flying high. I might take it out soon because I'm sweating. So if you just go to Teespring and you look up Veteran Influencers, you should see it. I'll leave a link on the all the videos as well, and it's also in the description of this video. And also Ask a Vet merch. So we're gonna be doing our own individual merch for that, and I'll let you guys know as soon as possible, as soon as we get it. And also Veteran Influencers, we got 3 new designs coming out soon, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. So, like I said, I know I kind of sped through that, but you know, we were a little bit short on time because of technical difficulties. So, without further ado, like I said, this is the Veteran Influencers Podcast. For those of you that have never been here, welcome. For those of you that have been here before, welcome back. And as you guys know, that we always have a special guest on the show. So today, my special guest is Shane McCray. And Shane, I actually met him in Japan, in Iwakuni, Japan. We were stationed out together. I used to mess his ankles up all the time on the court. He thought it was sweet. That's what it is. And as you can see, spinning right now, he got them waves going, you know, and them Trey 60 waves going. You know, over there glistening. He probably used the pink moisturizer. You know what I'm saying? Little secret tips and tricks. But like I said, I met Shane in Iwakuni. Ever since I met him, I knew he was a cool guy, really down to earth and humble. And actually, recently, he had a viral video on TikTok, and I was just so excited to see that because I love to see my people shine and just people that are in my circle. Like I said, very cool guy, loves the hoop, very funny, stand-up comedy, all that good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, my brother from another mother, Shane McCray.
What's up? Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Shane. You know what I mean? Right now, hey, stand-up comedian. Had a viral video on TikTok. Right now, it's at 1.1 million views. I just keep grinding, man, to perfect my craft, you know?
No, that's absolutely awesome. Let me make sure this is going real. Okay, cool. We're good. Yo, and that's crazy because I watched this guy named Gary Vee, and he always talks about, like, people always ask him, hey, so you're pretty good at predicting when the next thing's gonna be big. He's like, what's the next big thing to you? And he's been saying TikTok for a while now. And I've seen so many people blow up off TikTok, regardless of what you think. I don't know any much about the politics behind it, or you know, but I've seen so many people blowing up off TikTok. So when I saw that, and then you showed me all the other views, I was like, dude, this guy went over to another platform and just started destroying that. That is completely awesome and completely applaudable. So, hey, hats off to you, man.
Thanks, man.
So let's see if we can get into this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we know about you from the later on. You know, all the videos and all the fame and stuff. Acting like you don't see a brother leaving you a message. I'll just write. But I want to know about baby Shane. You know what I'm saying? What was it like growing up?
Ooh, well, I grew up in Hemway, South Carolina. For nobody, I promise you, there's probably no one that knows where that is other than the people that are from where I'm from. But I grew up in Hemway, South Carolina, man, a small family out there. I was one of 3 kids. Now my mama has a 4th, my little younger brother. But as I grew up, man, as normal kids playing in the woods, killing bugs and animals and stuff, talent was not even in my, it wasn't on my mind as a kid. I was just focusing on playing video games, San Andreas, just trying to be, entertained as a kid, and then I got around, I saw this Michael Jackson special on TV at my one of my cousin's house, and I was like, oh man, this dude can dance. So all I did was practice dancing. I remember being in the mirror in my crib, just trying to do the movements and stuff. I had crazy, and my mama used to watch me and be like, boy, what are you doing? So time spent forward, I started teaching myself 9 years old. And before comedy, dancing was actually the talent that I was grinding in, because I learned how to dance. And, when you met me, that was one thing that people knew about me is this kid can dance. And that was the one talent that I went after, because as a kid, growing up in a, low income family, it wasn't much to really keep yourself going as far as things that make you feel motivated, and dancing was the one thing that gave me peace of mind. And so as a kid, that's what I really focused on. And then, I slowly got into basketball, as everybody does, young, we ain't got nothing else to do. Shoot, you trying to be Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, LeBron, everybody trying to be I hit a couple threes on you before. You know what I'm talking about. You know how I get that.
Stop it. No, sir. But go ahead.
But yeah, man, as a kid, man, I didn't really get into much, man. I was really just dancing and going to the Boys and Girls Club, playing basketball. And, I was a very humble kid. I just stayed focused and tried to maintain the visions and dreams that I had as a kid to try to make them come a reality.
I like that. And, it's funny you were talking about the whole Michael Jackson thing, because I don't care what nobody says, how cool they try to be. Everybody listened to Michael Jackson as a kid. We all practiced the moonwalk, trying to figure out how we can do it. I actually had
I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah. Put some Crisco on the floor. I remember one time I had a pair of penny loafers. I was like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and just practice the spin on this and just.
Just trying to twist your ankle.
Yo. But no, it's good because. A lot of people that actually become, whether it's famous or just successful, which is obviously subjective, a lot of them have these dreams or, you always hear about their parents saying, man, I got tired of him. He's always singing in the shower. I tell him to be quiet. Next thing you know, he turns out to be some new usher or something like that,
For real.
So it's I feel like it's the whole, something you're destined to do, you honing on your talents as a singer, dancer, and everything from a young age. It's probably to anybody looking on the outside in, it's oh yeah, this dude's about to become he's gonna be a dancing machine.
Yeah.
I remember seeing your dancing videos when I was in Japan. Boy, you used to have me in tears, dog. When you do those little and you dancing in the, oh my God, in the rain. I was done.
Man, every weekend I was dancing. It's crazy because comedy was something I never thought that I would get into, because I was a conversational funny guy. I have a funny personality, So I never looked at it as that's something I should do. And I had friends tell me yo, you tell us stories all the time about random stuff. You have us in tears. You should think about stand-up. So stand-up to me was something that was foreign.
Right.
I don't know about that. That sounds like something you got to really know what you're talking about. So. Right. I went to this open mic one night, so I was nervous, right? So I drank a little.
How long ago was this?
This was last year, July, my very first stand-up show.
What? That was your first open mic?
Very first open mic, very first stand-up show. First time ever doing it. So I went to this open mic that was not too far from my crib. I was kind of nervous, so I had a couple drinks to give me some liquor courage,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, So I went up there, and then I was yo, it was a lot of people. I didn't expect a lot of people to be there. It's just open mic. But it was packed house. So I was dang, I don't got no kind of material plan. I don't even know what to talk about. So I just went up there and I was just man, what's going on, man? San Diego, how you doing, man? And from that point, I just went with it. Just the Chris Tucker voice, and everything just started coming out and flowing and flowing.
The Chris Tucker voice.
Yeah, and like, cause I do the Chris Tucker impression really good. That's something I used to do for fun to entertain my friends. But I was like, if I don't know what to say, this will make people laugh when they hear a familiar, funny voice, you know. And they immediately started laughing, and then I just, you know, got into it and told a few stories, and posted the video. It got 8,000 views the first day, and I came back to the crib and I looked at that and I was like, you know what? I think this is my thing right here. Like, I think this is it, stand-up comedy. So I started grinding, you know. I was doing shows after shows, driving to LA, doing open mics, driving to Santa Monica. You know, for y'all who don't know, I'm in San Diego, so that's like a 2-hour drive that I'm doing the other day to do open mics, until I ended up being at the right place at the right time. And this woman saw me perform, and she said, hey, after the show, she was like, hey, I like the material that you did. Would you mind coming to my event that I'm having in LA to do it? And I was like, cool. She was like, I'll pay you for it, don't worry. So I was thinking like maybe a couple $100, you know. She paid me. And I'm gonna say this because this is old now.
Hey, you ain't holding back, son. I want to hear all of it.
Yeah, so she paid me $2,600 for the stick. She wanted me to do the same material I did at an open mic, but she wanted me to do it for her event. She paid me $2,600 for it.
How did that go?
It was like 10 minutes. Like, literally, it's a whole event. All these people out here, everything's going on, and I'm in entertainment, you know? So I'm in entertainment for the event, and I'm seeing all these people. It's like 300 something people at the time. And I'm standing there like, you know, the whole event is gone, and they're like, okay, guys, you ready for entertainment? We got a comedian. And I'm like nervous. I'm sweating, you know, I'm drenched. Like, yo, it's so many people in here, yo. So I get up there and I'm like, and I just go, you know, and in that moment, I knew that I had to, you know, this was that moment for me to shine. And then in that moment, I realized that I was really capable of doing stand-up when I was in front of 300 some people that I didn't even know.
300?
It was 300 and something people, because they had a guest list. So you can only come to the event if your name was on the list. So
you had to be somebody.
You had to be somebody, you know? And me, at the time, I'm a nobody, you know what I mean? In my head, I'm a nobody. I'm like, yo, I'm just some young dude out here just telling funny jokes. Money, you know? So I'm like, hey, I don't need this. This is out of my lane. But at the time, I thought it was, but now I realized this is where I belong, you know?
Right.
And in that moment, I reached out to a famous DJ. His name's Sway the Remix Guy. And we were talking through DMs on Instagram, and he posted one of my comedy videos that I did, one of my stand-up shows, and it had 20-some thousand views overnight.
I think I did see it, because I remember we were talking about it and I was commenting on it, and yeah, I remember. I think I put a post about that too. Oh my God, that's awesome, man.
1,000 views overnight. And I was just like, yo, is this happening? Like, am I really like stepping in those waters of like fame, you know?
You start hitting it.
Hey, every time I got a view, I took another shot. I was like, bro, I'm lit, you know, like, hey, I met. And I stayed on my grind, you know. I didn't post no more of my material as far as my stand-up. I was just doing it behind doors because, you know, a close friend of mine's, Malik Grimes, he told me, he was like, you know, don't, you know, keep people in the loop of everything that's going on in your life, you know?
Right.
When you need to, and, you know, you present things, you know? And so when I went from, you know, posting all these videos to going ghost for like 6 months, and then I come out March 23rd, hey, I just got signed to a comedy deal in LA. Blew everybody's mind. They were just like, where did this come from? But they didn't know behind the scenes, I was grinding. I got a comedy deal straight out of LA, man. And that moment when I got that phone call, that moment was like, I've never had a kid before, but the way people have described having their first kid, I think that's what it felt like. It's just that moment of you're just like, this is like, is this real? Like, this is really happening? Like, you know? Right. And I couldn't sleep. Like, I was up all night, like just laying in bed, like
start refreshing the feed on your phone, just 20,020.
I'm going back through emails, rereading conversations, like, did they say they were signing me? Okay,
Yeah.
You know, like me, the young kid from South Carolina, you know, from the country that was playing dirt, killing bugs. They want me. You know what I mean? Like out of all these people, you know, like because that's how humble I am. I don't see myself as like, you know, I'm better than everybody. You know, I always tell myself, you know, there's somebody out there that's better than me, you know, and that keeps me on my mind. And so when I got the comedy deal, immediately I went straight to TikTok. And I had a friend, his name was Andreas. He told me, he's like, he said, TikTok is the new wave. You need to hop on that. So I got on TikTok and I started doing TikTok, and immediately viral video after viral video after viral video, viral video. And literally right now I'm sitting at 10.6 thousand followers on TikTok.
Dude, that is, you know, and one of the reasons why I wanted to get you on there, because you're definitely like charismatic, and like I know that you can like help. You have a good story to be like kind of motivate the veteran community as well. That's awesome to see your results. You know what? Let's do something. Let's go back a little bit. So we talked about early childhood. So what was the decision that made you want to join the Marine Corps?
So I was living with my dad at the time in Gastonia, North Carolina. Okay. And personally, I did JROTC, you know, all my years in high school. So I kind of liked the military, the kind of aspect of it, you know, wearing a uniform, feeling like somebody. But I knew that, you know, I grew up in a rough environment, you know, and I needed some kind of structure in my life because, you know, I grew up, you know, without my father figure there for the most part. So I was like, you know, I need some kind of discipline, some kind of like, you know, structure in my life. You know, maybe I can do 4 years and be done, you know, just kind of give myself a stepping stool, because I knew personally when I went to college, I was going to party. I wasn't going to do my work. I was going to party. So I was like, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to put me and my mama in debt for me to go party for 4 years and not get the grades I need. Nice. You know, just me thinking logically, you know? So I was like, you know, I'm going to join the military, do 4 years, and I'm be out. So originally I was going to join the Army. I was like, I'm joining the Army. I did Army ROTC. I'm joining the Army. Then I'm walking. I got an Army sweatshirt on. I'm in North Carolina, not knowing that's Marine country. This recruiter sees me, and like he yells out across the hall. He's like, "Why you got that garbage on?" And I'm like, who's this dude talking to? Like, I don't need that. I keep walking. So he was like, "Yeah, you too soft to be a Marine anyway." Hold up, you know. So me, I take that as like me as a man. I take that as like I'm too soft. So I
that's how they get you. That's how they get you. I walked up to him like, "What you mean I can't do this? I can do this." He was like, "No, you can't." And I had some friends that was like, "Bro, that's too. The Marine Corps is like crazy, bro. You could. I don't think you. Nah, I could do it. Sign me up right now." Yeah.
Like, so
you got me messed up.
Military, but I joined the Marine Corps to prove a point.
Right.
A point that I could do it to everybody, because nobody believed I was capable, because I was a scrawny dude, you know. They think of Marines of being buff and solid and, you know, hardcore. I'm like, I could do this, you know. And I went and I did it, and I came back home and was like, see, I did it. And then I had to go actually be a Marine, and I was like, dang, I really got to go do some stuff, you know.
I gotta learn.
Yeah, I thought I could just do it and say I did it and then go back to my normal life. But in reality, it was like, no. This is your life now. And I was like,
this is it. And you go get all this work.
Yeah. It was like, MOS school, Japan. I'm like, oh, dang, this is real. Like, this is really happening.
Right. That's crazy, man. And like I said, coming from like a small town and joining the Marine Corps, I've heard those stories like so often, you know, whether it's coming from bad neighborhoods and you just want to get out of it to, you know, like I said, the same thing happened to me. The guy was like, you know what, man, you probably couldn't make it anyways. I was just like,
you know, who you talking to?
Excuse you? No, that's awesome.
You feel attacked. You like,
yeah, bro, who you talking to? I want all the smoke. Hey, where do I sign at? And then the whole time they're like this.
Yep, they.
Yes, sign.
For real, that's how it be.
Yo, so okay, so we talked about your reasoning for joining the Marine Corps. Let's talk a little bit about your experience while being in, and then we're gonna get to the actual entrepreneur side a little bit later. So like just the actual military wise, because I want to make sure we're appealing to the masses of the veterans. Like, what has your experience been like on, you know, Private McCray to all the way to where you're at now?
So I came in contract PFC because I did my ROTC. So
Must be nice. Must be nice, but keep going.
I don't know how McCray feels, I ain't never had that life, but I got to Japan as a PFC in 2016 April, and it was a culture shock for me because I was in a different country, and all my life I've never been nowhere other than South Carolina and North Carolina. Okay. So it was a culture shock for me, something that I've never experienced. So I was out there far away from home and family, family still was going through their things. And I got to Japan, trying to learn my way, trying to figure out how to get around, making new friends, becoming very social because I wasn't real social, as a kid. So I was trying to break out of my comfort zone and, trying to like open up and be myself, for once, and learning my job wasn't too difficult. I had a lot of people that really helped me out. And, the Marine Corps was really, as far as like the command aspect was really opening as far as like, this kid straight out of high school was coming here and it felt good. I felt real welcoming, but then, I started facing a lot of adversity through the Marine Corps, dealing with situations with my command and I had stuff going on within my personal life. So fast forward, I'm almost 2 years in, 2017, September, I was going through a lot in my personal life. I was dealing with situations in my command. I was, coming after my career in certain ways. And it all got overwhelming to me. And one night I attempted suicide. And it was a shock for everybody because not a lot of people could see that, as a Marine, I was always happy, joking and doing my own thing, dancing as I usually do. They could never understand that I was going through things at the time. And that's why I tell people all the time when I meet them, it's like, as Marines, we feel like, we can handle our own issues and we don't need to tell anybody what's going on. You know what I mean? Even if it's personal. But at the same time, I've learned to walk up to people that I don't even know. Like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Like, how's your day? Like, why? Like, you look like you're upset. What's going on, man? Like, and they just open up and start telling me about things they're going through that I had no idea they was going to say, but it was eating them up in the inside. And it took me to show that I genuinely cared in the conversations to show that, they could open up and speak to me. And that's something that we have to do as Marines is we have to communicate with people. Just because they're not in your section, you don't know them, you communicate with them, you just talk to them because you never know that you could have prevented a tragic situation just by saying, hey, how's your day going?
Right.
And from that experience, I learned a lot about myself, and I really, grew as a person from that, because everything in life you go through it's all a lesson, you know what I mean? It's a learning experience. It's never a setback, It's a minor setback for a major comeback because you come back stronger. Because now hey, you feel like you got something to prove. You gotta show people that, I'm not gonna let this get me down. I'm gonna rise above this. And then I started to grind hard in my career and in my personal life, and that's when I invested a lot into my talents when I got here to San Diego, California. And got here, belted up real quick, McMap belt went straight to black, as a Lance Corporal, straight to black belt, and I went to the range, did my thing, I was grinding, man, in my career. And I really wanted to make my career as a Marine was the one thing that I look at to feel, happiness, like I could look at my career, from promotions and things like that and look at it like, I mean something to somebody, because as people, we need a sense of belonging, so when you're doing things and you're accomplishing things within the military and the Marines, you feel a sense of belonging because you're part of that mission, what you did created this outcome that was the result of the mission being done, and if you're at work every day and you're not trying to be a part of the mission, you'll never feel that sense of belonging. So I always tell people, you do what you have to do to better yourself as a Marine and as a person, and you will feel a sense of belonging because you're a part of the mission, and that's what I did for my time out here in San Diego. And now I'm going back to Iwakuni, first duty station, rerun.
Dang. No, that's dope, man. And one of the things that you talked about kind of resonated to me because I actually put a post about it on Facebook, and I see a few other people posting about it. It says pretty much like all the strong people are the ones that are always looking out for those that aren't as strong. Like, whether you're suicidal or what, you just having mental breakdowns and stuff. it just seems like the strong ones are always looking out for them, but it's like, who's looking out for the strong ones, you know? There's the people, it's like, just like you said, people just expect you to be happy all the time. People expect you to be like,
yeah, you know, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Good things going on in your life. What do you have? What are you sad about? You know?
Right.
Like, people have real life problems. Like, you can't, like, there's a guy out there that's a millionaire right now that's probably sitting in his house stressing more than somebody who don't even have the money that he has, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all go through things, and we all need somebody to lean on.
No, it's like, I mean, and you're absolutely right. Like I said, it's you know, there's always those individuals like, okay, we need to look out for this guy, or we need, like, even, you know, I don't mean to bring me up as like I'm using this like poor me, but I got a few people that I'm always looking after. You know what I'm saying? I always gotta make sure I call them at minimum like once every 3 days, talk to them for a while, make sure like everything's going good. And that's not necessarily the reason why I'm doing it, but you know, I feel a certain way. Like one of the guys that I call, like I actually tried calling him after like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 days or something like that. He didn't answer. I was like, all right. Called him again after 3 days, didn't answer. And I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, hey, dog, if I got to drive across the country or whatever, you're going to answer this phone.
Yeah.
And then when I get there, you're going to get this work. You're going to catch the hands. You're going to catch the fade. You know what I'm saying? Hide your kid. I was kidding.
Hey, look, walk up in there like Birdman. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
On
hey,
you.
I want no more talk. All right. I ain't got no more talk. No, but no, that's crazy, man. And like I said, it's definitely nice to know when people check up on you. Because like I said, once again, not playing the victim card, but I don't feel like many people really check up on me. But I think people have the assumption like, oh, dude, Chris, oh, he's good, man. He's the one that's always doing shit for all other people. He's good, man, you know. But it's nice to see a text or a phone call, man. Like, people don't even answer call anymore. You call someone, they're like, did you just
and it's crazy that a lot of Marines have talent, right? And people think because, you know, you're in the military, you can't have a trade or anything like that. You can't do outside talent. And, you know, like you and I, we have our own thing that we do outside of the military. And what I tell people a lot of times is, you know, you might not be that person that has that talent that you want to pursue and things like that, but show some support. Like,
Facts.
just like how you, so imagine me and you, right? We know each other, right?
Right.
You're doing something talent-wise, and I see it, right? I scroll past it. I see something from Drake, and I share it. So why am I sharing something for somebody that I don't even know, that can't even make no difference in my life? You know, somebody that I know personally that has talent, I won't share that, but I can share. So like the movie Bird Box went viral.
Still haven't seen that, by the way.
But look, social media made that viral. Popeye's chicken sandwich. Nobody knew about that. Social media has the power to make anybody and anything be the trending topic.
I know where you're going with this. Keep going. I like it.
People don't understand the power of social media. What you put out there, think about it. You have 2,000 followers.
Okay.
Right? You share my content. I only have 1,000 followers. Those 1,000 people see it. You share it. Now 2,000 people see it on yours. If those 2,000 people share it, now you see how it branches out. Now everybody gets an eye view on your talent. And what effort does it take for you to hit share, post now?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest, man. You're literally speaking to the choir, and this is something that I preach, but it's really hard to say this message without people thinking that, oh, you're just begging for likes, or oh, you're just this. Because like, it doesn't cost anything to do it, and it takes, how long does it hit share? You don't have to put a comment on it. You go share, post, bam, move on with your life. Yeah. But like you said, there's so many pointless things, or something that grabs your eye because it's like dramatic, like, oh, this person did this to this person, or celebrity so-and-so, like, oh, I gotta let my friends know. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, oh, you know, so-and-so has been grinding for this long and is doing this every day. No, swipe. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and me personally, from my own experience, like, and this why when you said like people think you're begging for likes, I am one of the most humblest guys about, the things I've done in my comedy career. But
Right.
I've done videos where I tag so many people and like the views don't even match the people that watch it sometimes, But yeah, I go to other social media platforms that people don't know me and I grow. And I've told people I've done it without the support of 90% of the people that know me. So I don't need, you know what I mean? I just would like to see that the people I know support what I'm doing. That is all. That is all. Like you don't look at them as in like I want, like you are like you're telling them that you're the only way that I can make it big. No, I would just like to see somebody that I know support what I'm doing. There's people who do music and things like that. They hit me up, hey, can you go check the song out? I might not even listen to the song because at the time I might be like, nah, I'm busy. I will still share it though to make sure it gets out there, because even if I might not like it, somebody else might. Because I've had videos where people say, yo, that wasn't funny. This one person said that, but 166,000 said it was. You know, just because you don't think something's funny, somebody else will. So just share it and keep it moving. It's just a thing of, supporting our own. Because people always say, and it's the big thing to have, Black Lives Matter, Tricky topic.
Yeah, let's not get too political, but I'm with you though.
I'm gonna leave it at that, leave it at that.
Listen, I'm all about you sharing your beliefs, you know what I'm saying?
But I just said it like that just to make them think as we move on.
Right. No. And for those that are watching, like, don't ever think that I'm not trying to shun anyone's speech. I try not to speak too many like political things about any subject. That's not a particular, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm honing in on Black Lives Matter. I'm just saying about anything, because there's certain things in this world that you're just going to have a massive amount of disagreements on. And
it is from the main thing.
Yeah, politics is just.
Yeah.
But which is funny because last week we did a show on Ask a Vet about relationships in the military, which is definitely political. But hey, I played my role on that one.
Those get kind of messy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I gotta go to commercial. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, we'll move on from that, man. We'll move on from that.
Yeah. So okay, so we talked about your experience while being in the Marine Corps. We talked about early childhood life, where you came from in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And joining out of North Carolina. So like, at what point did you say this isn't everything for me? Right? Because I feel like a lot of people, they rely on the military for their paychecks. They rely on the military for their career. They rely on the military to kind of make up who they are. Like, there's certain people, like, for instance, if I die right now, God forbid, right? I don't want to be known, like, I don't want the main thing that people are like, oh yeah, he was a Marine. Oh, he did this. And there's nothing wrong with being a Marine. Don't take that as what I'm saying. I don't want that to be like the only thing people know me as is being a Marine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I have so much more to offer. And I think a lot of people get kind of stuck in that trap of like all their pictures is all Marine pictures. Like everything they do, Marine this or military this. Like, who are you outside of that? And what made you want to get to a point where you're like, I need to work on my second career while I'm actually working on my first career?
So what happened was I thought to myself, I was like, I knew the talents that I had, but then I thought, if I decide to do 20 years, I get out 20 years, what am I going to do after that? What, like, if I take away the Marine Corps right now, like say for instance, because I was in situations where I was getting in trouble as a Marine, doing certain things. If I got kicked out today, what would I fall back on?
What are you doing to get kicked out? Hey, don't worry about that. You ain't got to tell me, bro. Hold on. I ain't trying to dry snitch on you now.
No, that's how you have to think as a Marine. If I got kicked out today, say something random, because there's things that can happen in the Marine Corps that you had no part of because you said you're just as guilty. You didn't say anything because you felt like that's none of my business. You know what I mean? So if the Marine Corps went away today, because there's been talks all the time about getting rid of our branch. I saw that article and it made me think about it. It was like, if the Marine Corps went away and I had to go back to be a civilian, what am I going to do?
So
and
what was the first thing?
And I also thought one night, if I died today, will only the people that I know remember me, or will the world remember me?
Bro, you're taking this Tupac thing too far, bro. I know you look like Tupac, but don't be taking his lyric, bro. Come on. Yeah, I'm just playing.
When Michael Jackson died, the world literally stopped turning. When I saw the impact that one human being had on the entire world, every country, every city, every state, every zip code, one person in my lifetime I've ever seen had that effect on the world. The entire world. Nobody has ever had that kind of effect when they left this world, that they make the entire world stop spinning. I envy that. I said, that's how I want to go out. Because if you have that kind of effect on the world, you as a person, you can rest with that because you did everything you needed to do. Even after all the allegations and this and that, when he left this earth, everybody broke down. Everybody was lost for words.
I would say that in my lifetime, I've had a couple people like that. Now, on that level, it's subjective, but I mean, obviously we had Nipsey, which was, probably the most recent case.
That was a United States type of thing. I'm talking about somebody who made every country tune in. Right. Every single country.
And I don't like I said, I wouldn't compare Nipsey to Michael Jackson. It's a little different.
Yeah.
I would say Tupac happened in my generation. That was the entire world. Like that was.
Not saying those weren't big. Not saying those weren't big, because those were huge. We still talk about those today. But I'm talking about on an aspect of not just the U.S., but every single, not one country was not tuned in to that.
Oh, believe me. Like I said, what year were you born?
96.
See? So
reincarnated. What?
So you probably didn't necessarily feel the effect. Like I was probably like 11 or something like that when he died. 12 or something. And like I felt it like every channel, everything. And before that he had got shot like a little bit prior to that, made some diss songs. He had his whole like timeline, going to jail, getting shot, recovering from that, and then this happening. It was worldwide, man. I'm telling you, if you weren't alive during Tupac's era, I don't know if you can fully like feel and understand the impact that Tupac had on the world. Because
when he passed away, I was born a couple weeks later, so I'm just like, I know I'm Tupac reincarnated. I'm Tupac.
He said, when I die tonight.
Hey, I'm saying.
Who else? We had obviously Prince. Prince passed away as well.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they publicized. Well, no, because they had whole neighborhoods in purple. I don't know if you remember all the lights and all the purple that was going. Yeah, that was.
I remember watching the Super Bowl when he did Purple Rain and it actually started raining. I watched that video so many times. Like I was in the crib just watching it on my TV, just watching it. Like he was performing. It's good weather, whatever. He starts to perform Purple Rain, it literally starts raining. Craziest moment I've ever seen. Craziest moment ever. It literally starts raining when he begins to perform Purple Rain at the Super Bowl.
Was the rain drops purple?
When the beat drops, the rain comes out. I know you hit that.
Boy, you a fool.
I'm about to shed a tear.
That's crazy. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. And listen, if I forget some people, I'm sure some people can be on mine. Oh, you forgot so-and-so. Like I said.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah. Whitney Houston was definitely big. Yeah. See, I don't want to be the person that goes, oh, but she wasn't on Michael's level. I don't want to do that because every life, to me, it matters regardless of who, That was definitely huge as well, man. That's crazy you said that.
videos were playing on every channel that had like anything that was music at that time, because at that time you still had the VH1 countdown, all that.
What you know about VH1?
Come on, man.
Come on, bro. What channel was it on cable?
I grew up on regular TV, all right? It was in the early channels. The early channels. I don't know
which. Come on.
Because you know, once you get to the high channels, you got the Nat Geo Wild, Cartoon Network. You know, I had regular TV.
Bro, I knew all those channels. That's crazy. So BET was 54 in the beginning.
54?
Yep. And then it switched to like 62 or something. I don't know.
They messed me up with that one because I kept finding it for like a couple weeks.
Yeah. Remember when you had to go to the you had to watch the little guide go.
Oh man, that was.
Bro, get to the channel already. And then they finally came out where you could skip pages.
Oh yeah, because like, it would be a show. It would just be like the little black and white lines doing this, and then they go to a show, and it's
that's
like
crazy. And not only that, but see, I was around when you had to get the friggin' TV guide in the mail.
Dang.
They had a month worth of what's coming on TV, and you'd be like,
looking through the mail. That's crazy.
Set your programming for when you're gonna watch freaking Golden Girls and all that or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hell, I remember when to find people's phone numbers, you had to look in the phone book. You wanted to girl in high school, you would have found her grandma's number inside of the phone book and look up the last name to see who name it was in. The yellow pages.
It would say like Jones. No, it was the yellow pages was residential. The white pages was the yeah.
And like it said that's like Frederickson or something like that, and you like, oh, I know that's her grandma. That's her grandma number right there. And you call up phone, you know what I mean? And you got the cord connected, so you trying to stand around the corner so nobody hear your call.
Yo, that used to make me so mad. But see, I had the rotary.
Then you had the little cousin that pick up the other phone and listen to your whole conversation because you know the phones are connected.
Bro, try not to breathe in the phone. You pick it up like real slow. You're just like this. And you mess around and breathe in.
Hang up the phone.
Yeah.
I used to hate that,
bro.
Shane,
who you talking to?
Hey, look. Hey. Got a beat.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. And in order to click over, you had to do it a certain way. You had to tap it real quick. If you held it too long, it hung the phone up. Yo.
Man. Now you hung up your current conversation and you don't even know who was calling.
Bro, not only that, but to try to do a three-way call was like the most talented thing. If you knew how to do that, and then you had to have your phone had to be eligible for a three-way calling.
It had to be.
And you were a G if you could do three-way.
Oh yeah, how you click over and dial the number, but you can't wait too long for the real quick, and then you join them, bro. Yo, that was next level skill right there. Bro,
that is awesome, man. Yeah, I wish we didn't get started so late, man. We definitely got to like do like a part 2 to this because but I definitely want to say thank you for coming out to the show, man. Like I said, I know you're gonna be making some more videos of it. We're gonna have all these videos like chopped up and putting different segments onto social media to promote it as well. I truly appreciate having you on here, man, and to watch your success from when I first saw you doing the Usher in the Rain. To now is absolutely amazing, man. And like I said, it's definitely good to see your progress. So, you know what I'm saying? Let the people know where they can find you at.
Hey, look, man. You can find me on Instagram at ShaneOfficial_. You go on TikTok, you can find me at ShaneOfficial_. Facebook, Shane McCray. Hey, look. If you follow me, check out my content. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, voice your opinion, good or bad. I read all my comments, like there be a lot. I read every single comment. Like you can ask my friends, they ask me what am I doing on my phone. I sit and I read every comment because no matter where it's negative or it's positive, it's always room to grow as a person, because there could be something that you said that people thought was negative that I look at like, I actually did it. Like I should have did that transition better when I was switching over from that part to that part. You know, you just helping me, you know. So just make sure you like and subscribe and follow me, and I follow back. So make sure you follow me. Hit me up, man. It's your boy Shane, stand-up comedian.
So if there's anything that you want to leave the people with, like lifelong lessons, or, you know, those that are trying to become entrepreneurs, those that are trying to follow your footsteps, become a comedian, trying to make it big on social media, or just in life and just dealing with like certain endeavors and you know, getting past obstacles, what is something that you would like to leave with the people?
Let me tell you, if you have a dream as far as something that you want to be in life, make it happen. Because if you don't like the way you live right now, change it. Nobody can change the way your life is but you. If you have big dreams, you have to follow them. But let me tell you one lesson that you have to learn. If you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person.
Talk dirty to him. What you just said is exactly what I tell people. They're like, man, like, why don't you ever do anything? I was like, man, I hang out with a small circle of people, and I don't like hanging out with negative people. And you know what? You're going to go through times, you know, just kind of, I don't know what you said. You're going to go through times like today. Look what happened to our stream. You know, we were having technical difficulties with our streams. You know, some of the viewers kicked off. They had other things because, you know, and I'm not mad at them for that. You know, you see someone having issues with it, and we should have had it straightened out, which I thought we did. And then all of a sudden it didn't work. Things like that are going to always happen. But, you know, hey, it's like you said, the comeback, man.
Yeah.
We're going to always push through those issues. We're going to find a way to make it work, get our message out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure people are following you and supporting you, because we planned this whole thing out for like over a week.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm going to just chalk it up. Absolutely not. What does that teach everybody else that goes through obstacles? You know what I'm saying? You got to push through it. And that's what we did, man. Yeah. I appreciate having you on the platform. Definitely looking forward to having you on many more live sessions. You know, we got to continue to support each other.
Especially when I get famous.
Yeah, man. So you got any merch or not?
Coming soon.
Hey, I caught you slipping though.
I'm gonna drop this little sneak right here on the internet. So, I will be having merchandise that's coming out the end of this year. All right. I'm not gonna say exactly how the merch is gonna look, what's gonna be on it, but I have some merchandise that will be coming out this year. And for the first month of my merchandise, everything will be free the first month.
Bruh, how you do that?
Hey, that's all I'm gonna say.
No, I need all the secrets.
That's all I'm gonna say. No, it comes with the merchandise, trust me. Okay, so when I say merchandise, okay, so after the first month, there's going to be merchandise that's going to be available that wasn't available that first month that's free. So that first month merchandise that's free is not going to be like some crazy exotic stuff. It's going to be some, you know, some good stuff. But after
type stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to have some like legit, like it's not going to be like, trust me, look.
Hey, no, just keep me wanting to see it, man. You got me eager right now.
Look. Check me out December 7th. I'm going to be wearing full merch head to toe. To give y'all a preview.
If you the plug, make sure you plug me in on some of that, because I want to support too.
You know you're going to get like hey, when I hit you up and tell me send your address, don't ask no questions. Just send it. And I'm going to send hey, as soon as you get on your podcast, I want to see you in it.
Yeah, man. This is what I tell people. If you're an entrepreneur and you're someone that has stuff and you don't send me, let me go back real quick. We were talking about before about people supporting, right? Like some people, like they probably get tired of seeing people spam their links or whatever. But if you're an entrepreneur or a hustler, whatever you want to call yourself, and you're trying to get people to buy your merch or support you, and you don't send me your stuff, you're tripping, because you can almost guarantee, like, if I know what you stand for and it stands for something that I'm all about, I'm going to support you.
Yeah.
And you can talk to any of the many people, I'm not trying to brag, but any of the many people that have sent me their links, and the first thing I say is I send them a picture back, say, hey, I already bought something. And they're like, really? It's like, absolutely. I'm all about supporting people. This is how it should be.
because people that have a platform are the people that I want to give the merch to immediately. Because you have a platform, when people come see you, they're gonna see what you're wearing.
Right.
You know? And that's what people get confused. It's like, they just be like, I'm gonna sell merch. No, you need to find people who have a platform first, give it to them, let people see it, and then I'm selling merch.
Right. So you're trying to use me is what you're saying. No, I'm just
Hey, we work together, man, Hey.
I'm messing with you, man.
Look though, man, but I'm gonna be hitting you up, man, when I get to Japan, man, because cough, starting a podcast. But look, hey, it's a lot coming this year, man, for me, man. I'm gonna have to talk to you offline.
Oh, you don't want to give away too many spoilers, huh?
Cause I'm gonna get a phone call like you talking too much. So I tell you, you my boy. So I have a lot coming in the next 4 months, a lot. So
just make sure you keep me abreast of that, man. Like I said, just me as Chris, not even necessarily veteran influencers, man. I want to support you, man. And that's what think about what the whole brand stands for, veteran influencers, man. We look out to, we support our own. We definitely try to push the, the word for each other and, help each other out, man. There's so much out there. We don't need to be the only ones eating,
So bet. My debut stand-up show is going to be September 23rd on Comedy Central. Make sure you tune in to my social media pages. I'm going to be posting channels, times, and everything that's going to be involved into my stand-up show. My debut stand-up comedy show will be September 23rd on Comedy Central, fully televised. Rent Money Tour coming soon.
Well, what time is that going to be playing at?
9 p.m. Eastern. And after that, it's going to follow up with the Rent Money Tour. Coming soon.
Hey, I'm going to say this right now before you get too big-headed. Hey, don't be forgetting us little people, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
hey look, that's why it's called the Rent Money Tour, because I'm still grinding,
Okay.
I Rent Money Tour.
I like it. All right, y'all. So like I said, I just want to leave y'all with also, make sure you guys support my man Shane. We got all of his social media in the description below. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to cop one of these hoodies, these fresh fly hoodies, you know what I'm saying? Veteran influencers, all you got to do is go to Teespring, type in veteran influencers, and also the link is in the description. You know what I'm saying? We got mugs, you know what I'm saying? Sip on that coffee.
Yeah.
We got tank tops, you know what I'm
saying?
Hey. Got the tank top, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
This is right here. You know what I'm saying? So if you swole, you want to show your muscles off, go ahead and do so. But, absolutely, man. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Thank you for staying tuned, even though we had some technical difficulties in the beginning. And we'll definitely be seeing you guys next week. Don't forget, this Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, Ask a Vet. The whole theme is Ask a Drill Instructor. Bring your questions ready. It's about to be lit. We got some of the hottest drill instructors, just most fire drill instructors that's to be on the show. Hey, and of course I got my other host, T Moody, you know what I'm saying? We're going to tear it up. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Stay tuned. Don't forget to support a veteran. Let's get it.